Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. In honor of it being Justin and I's 2-year anniversary on Monday, I wanted to tell you guys how we met. But before I do that, I just want to remind you guys that once we reach 500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a skincare giveaway. And if you want to be involved in that, just subscribe to my channel and follow my Instagram because I'll be posting more stuff about it on there. And also, I just wanted to mention that once I get 500 subscribers, I'm going to invest into getting a good camera, like an actual camera that I can record on, because I've been recording on my phone, which is fine, but I just really want to take it to the next level and invest in YouTube since I'm really liking what I'm doing and it's paying off from what I can tell. So without further ado, let's get into the story. So 2 years ago, in August, I started going to school at CSU. It was my first year. I was a freshman, and for those of you who don't know what CSU is, it's Colorado State University, and it's in Fort Collins. But a week before I started my freshman year of college, I decided it was a brilliant idea to start dating this guy who we'll call Trevor. So I really only knew Trevor for about a week, and I was like, this is gonna work out. We're gonna do long distance, and you're gonna be in Denver, and I'm gonna be in Fort Collins, and it's all gonna work out. I should have definitely known better than that, but I definitely did not know better than that. And so pretty much I went off to my first year of college, and I was in a relationship, a week-long relationship, so we were just gonna see how that was gonna play out. As soon as I get to CSU, I'm greeted by my roommate Skylar, and this is a picture of Skylar. She's just the freaking cutest, and I love her so much. The first day or two, we were late to absolutely everything. The way that our dorms was set up is that it was 2 towers, one called Westfall and one called Durwood, I'm pretty sure. It was like 15 levels, and we were on the 7th floor. Our dorms were co-ed, which I thought was really cool because I thought it was honestly really cool that we got to share like living spaces with boys, because that's just exciting. It's just different. So I think on the 3rd day of us, living together and being in the dorms, we were walking out of our room, and this is kind of how everything kind of began, the motion of everything started. So we walk out of our room, and they had told us that we should leave our doors open so that the people on our floor could walk by and say hi, and we could like make friends like that. So people did that for like the first week or two. I walk out of our door. I stood there for a second because I thought I heard something, and Skylar was like, come on, like, what are you doing? And I like faintly heard the song How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees, and that is one of my all-time favorite songs. So I was like, wait, I just have to know who's playing it. So I walked 3 doors down from my room, and I peeked my head into this room that has 2 guys in it, and they're playing How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees, and I yell, oh, I love that song, and I just walk out of the room. But little did I know that that was Justin's room, and that he was the one that was playing How Deep Is Your Love, which was one of my favorite songs. So after that, we kind of just proceeded as normal, as usual, whatever. Later on that night, on the same day, there was 2 guys that were walking around every single door of floor 7, and were asking everyone for their Snapchats because they were making a Snapchat group for floor 7. So we gave them our Snapchats, and then we found out that there's people having a party like 2 doors down from us. These 2 boys were hosting people, and we wanted to get to know the people on our floor, so we were like, yeah, we'll go. So Skylar and I went over there. We were socializing, we were talking to everyone, we were just having a good time, we were drinking some beer, and then all of a sudden, this boy walks in with a panda shirt. This panda shirt right here in particular, and I remember thinking like, dang, that's a really cool shirt, and this guy, like, he looks pretty cool. And he sat down across from me, and he looked stoned off his ass. So I remember I asked him, I was like, are you stoned? And he was like, duh. And I was like, oh, okay, like, that's really cool, because I remember thinking that was just really cool because Skylar and I had been smoking weed already, and we were looking for more people that we could share with, or like, we were looking for actual, like, someone that could get us weed. So I started asking him more questions about it, and if he knew anyone, like any connects or anything like that, because we were all looking for weed. And that's kind of how we started to talk. And I was in charge of the music at this party, which was really, really cool. And pretty much I played How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees because I remember that the boy in the panda shirt, Justin, was playing that song, and it was just one of my favorite songs. So I started playing it and I started singing it, and no one else in the room knew the song except for me and Justin, and both me and him were just singing it, and it was just this pure moment. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so unreal. It was like we were the only two people in the room, and it sounds so cheesy, but that's like how I can explain it because, boy, shut the fuck up. That's just how I can explain it. It just felt so unreal, like that was like this movie moment was happening right now. And if you don't know the song How Deep Is Your Love, literally check it out. It turns out that song's me and Justin's song. Like, that's our song, you know. That's like our, you know, couples have songs, that's our song. So pretty much, if you haven't heard it, listen to it because it's just really cute. After that, I didn't really talk to Justin or see him for like maybe another day or two. Trevor was a part of this group of people. Like, he had a friend that was a DJ, and he had just so many connections because he was part of this like scene in Denver that's like the artsy fartsy crowd. Trevor had done the art for this concert that was gonna happen, and like cousin Stiz was gonna be there and a bunch of other people. Since Trevor was going, I was gonna go to it, but we didn't have a ride to get there. Like, Skylar and I were gonna go, but we didn't know anyone that had a car because me and her didn't have a car in college. We were walking out of our dorm after we had seen like the email, because every student at CSU got an email for that concert, which was really cool because I was like, oh my gosh, like my boyfriend did that art, like that's so cool. So we were walking out of our dorm, and then I see Justin go out into the hallway with his laptop, and I don't know what possessed like us to do this. It just happened so naturally, but we both ran to each other, and I was like, I have something to tell you. He was like, no, I have something to tell you. And I was like, no, I have something to tell you. And we kept bickering back and forth, like, I have something to tell you. And I was like, no, I have something to tell you. On his laptop, he had the concert with like the event and stuff like that we were already wanting to go to, and we were like, oh yeah, we really want to go to that, but we don't have a car, like we don't have a way to get there. And then Justin goes, oh, I have a car. And we were like, oh heck yeah, like let's all go. And then I pointed at his laptop screen and I was like, oh, that's my boyfriend's art, like my boyfriend did the art for that. After that, it was kind of established that if anything were to happen, we were just gonna be friends. Pretty much, like, that's kind of where our friendship began. So I don't really know how like we started hanging out all the time, but I'm pretty sure one of Skylar's friends that she knew from Pennsylvania but was going to CU Boulder came down and we got weed. And I remember asking Justin like, hey, do you want to smoke? Because we were all looking for weed and stuff. We ended up smoking, and it just became something that we did every single day together. We just started to smoke all the time together, which was really, really fun. And we would, since he had a car, we were actually able to go to places. We would go shopping and we would just like do a bunch of stuff.
Your boys got game.
And I just have some really great memories that I just want to like post here and like show right here. So we went car adventuring all the time, me, him, and Skylar. We ended up going to that concert and we danced the whole night, and it was just so much fun. So most of that night for the concert I was with Trevor, and it was just really annoying because I wanted to be with my friends, but then I felt like I had to be around Trevor, and Trevor kept doing his own thing. I would see them every once in a while. Justin and I just began to get a lot closer, and we had this class called Music Appreciation together, and after we started hanging out, he sat in front of me every single day in that class, and we just spent so much time together after that, and we had so much in common. We would talk all the time, we would drink, we would smoke 24/7, we would go on adventures, and it was just really lovely. Like, I definitely could feel myself starting to catch feelings for him. During some time, we went on this camping trip, and it was me, Justin, Skylar, my friend Natalie, and then this girl named Rachel, who was Natalie's friend. And we just all went camping. We had one tent, we had some alcohol, we were drinking. I got so freaking drunk, like couldn't go to the bathroom by myself drunk, couldn't handle anything drunk. And Justin was taking care of me, and he was being super nice to me. when I would go home for the weekend, I would come back and he would do something just so sweet. Like one weekend I left to go home, I didn't have a mattress topper, so my mattress was really, really uncomfortable. And when I came back, he had put his mattress topper on my bed so that I could sleep on a comfier bed. And he would just do sweet stuff like that all the time. And he was just really looking out for me, and just the conversations that we had were just so nice. And I struggled with really bad anxiety my freshman year of college because it was such a new environment and I really don't deal well with change. I remember just being so anxious, and every time that I needed a friend, needed someone to talk to, just needed an escape, he was that person for me. I remember this one night, we were smoking and walking through the neighborhoods because that's something that me, Skylar, and Justin would do, but it was just me and Justin this time, and we were just smoking and talking, and Trevor had sent me a message pretty much saying that it was over, that he wanted to break up, and I was just oh, what the heck? I was just so confused, and I remember telling Justin, and he seemed sad, but not that sad. At that point, I kind of figured that he had some sort of feelings for me because of all the nice stuff he was doing for me. Me and Trevor ended up fixing things out and stuff, but one night, Justin and I were watching a movie in the lobby of our floor, and we both ended up falling asleep on the couch because it was lobby table and then couches. So we both fell asleep while we were watching the movie because it was pretty late at night. And I remember he woke me up and he said, "I have a proposition for you." And I was just so confused because we were just friends. We would talk about other girls, we would talk about boys, it was just friends and never really anything past that. And he said, "I have a proposition for you." And I was like, "What?" And he said, "Leave Trevor and be with me." And I was just so freaking shook because I had not been expecting that. And it was 2 a.m. when he woke me up. And I was just didn't know what to say. And I just grabbed my laptop and walked to my room. And I really could not sleep that night because I just could not believe that. I just really could not believe that. And I was just stunned that he had asked me that because it was so bold. I was like, "Damn boy, you bold, you just really out here, you did that, you damn." I was like, this guy has some balls, because I could not believe that he just straight up to my face just asked me to leave my boyfriend at the time. And at this time it was probably been together for a month maybe. I clearly was not happy with Trevor, and we barely saw each other, so he was just leave him and be with me. And I had to I really was so torn, I did not know what to do. And he told me this on a Friday. So I was going home that Saturday, which is why he asked me. He knew I was gonna see Trevor on Saturday. So he told me break up with him when you go back home. And so that Saturday I went home and I was so nervous because I knew what I was gonna do. I knew what my heart was telling me to do. I get home and I see Trevor and I'm talking to him. I'm just it's not working out. We don't see each other. I'm not really happy. I really didn't want to hurt his feelings. So Fort Collins is an hour away from my house. And that night I texted Justin and I was like, "We need to talk. Do you think you can come pick me up from home?" And he drove from Fort Collins to my house just to pick me up. And I was just dang, he's really doing this for me. And so once he picked me up, I got into his car and we had just barely left my neighborhood, and he was like, "So are you my girl?" And I was just "Yeah, I broke up with you." He was so happy, he literally was so freaking happy. And so I just told him, I was like, "Listen, I don't want to move too fast into things. I think we should wait a little bit before we say you're my boyfriend or that I'm your girlfriend, and we should be pretty low-key about it." Justin was like, "Yeah, sure," but he already knew that I was pretty much his girlfriend because we genuinely had this just weird connection. We just vibed so fucking well together. That Saturday when he picked me up, that's pretty much when we started to date, but I didn't officially let him call me girlfriend or him to be my boyfriend until September 21st, but our actual the actual day that we knew that it was me and him was September 16th. And since then we've had our ups and downs, and we every relationship isn't perfect, but I'm very happy with Justin, and we have such a cute little story, like just this cute little thing of how we met. And I'll always be so grateful for being in debt and going to CSU, because I would have never met him and some of my greatest friends if I didn't go to CSU. And we were just freaking 3 doors down from each other. How crazy is that? We met, and now 2 years later we have our apartment together, and it's just crazy. When I'm in Fort Collins, my heart just freaking flutters and like pops out of my chest, because I just think about all the great moments that we had on Horsetooth. I just think about like all the times that we just stayed up so late talking to each other, and all the crazy memories we made. And that's literally how we met and how we ended up dating. And 2 years later, we're still here. And your girl's not trying to get emotional right now, so I'm gonna get emotional, but I'm just really happy. That's it for this story time, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Get your grandma to subscribe, get your friends to subscribe. Let's get to 500 subscribers so that I can do this giveaway for you guys, and so I can get this better camera. So stay tuned for that next murder mystery, because I'm gonna do that murder mystery. So just stay posted, and take care of yourselves. Bye.